way to,
She's already started all her business plans. They're all almost done.
Hey, that's
So.
wonderful. That's great. Are we
All right,
ready to
whenever
roll?
You guys are ready.
All right, so just the same thing that we've been talking about before and everything. No big deal. If you make a mistake, just keep going. It's no big deal. All right, so all of you guys are finished, and you haven't officially finished because we've got one test to take, but for all, for all intents and purposes, you've made it through, and you've spent the last 2 years with me. So how do you think that your entrepreneurship degree is going to help your professional lives? So, knowing what you know about the major and knowing what you know about everybody else that's out there and what they're doing, how do you think that this whole program has changed or is going to make things better for you when you graduate or as you go through your professional career? So you guys just take off, and whoever wants to start.
Well, I know, for me, my biggest goal is to starting out, I'm going to help bring innovation into, the company that I'm starting out with.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got a job at A&A, Decorative Designs, the big giant paint can off of 81.
Right.
And I'm going to be working part-time there as a consultant, helping build a company with them.
So you're actually doing corporate entrepreneurship.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
So that's what I'm going to do.
I didn't raise you to be a corporate entrepreneur. I raised you to be a real.
That's just for the time.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. All right. So, Alex?
Yeah, basically, I think it really got us ready to just be innovative and be open-minded about how we kind of tackle the different problems we face. Even if we're not jumping directly into being entrepreneurs right away, we still have taken a lot. Just in terms of being intuitive, kind of being on our toes and being able to be flexible with our problem solving. That no matter what problems we face in a job setting or in an entrepreneur setting or in the real world, we're pretty well prepared for that, I feel like.
I'll try to be more opportunity aware. Thinking about the numbers more, especially with the construction company I work for. I'm trying to think about how we're making money, what's losing us money, the numbers pretty much.
Yeah, the numbers, as opposed to you didn't want to do numbers when you first came in.
No.
No, but now you're a numbers guy.
Numbers guy.
Now you're sitting beside a numbers gal.
Yeah, definitely.
She's got the numbers.
She's all about the numbers.
She's all about the numbers.
That's true.
So tell us about what you think this is going to help you with.
For me, it definitely makes me feel like I'm a lot more well-rounded. For when I start my own company, eventually, it will happen.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm working for someone else, I definitely bring a lot to the table because I can help in almost any area. Not so much marketing, that's not really my thing.
We're all marketers in one way or another.
That's
it?
all
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd say like Torianne said, I don't know, coming into the program I was feeling a little overwhelmed with just how to tackle such a huge goal of opening a business and running it, and now it's I have so many tools that can make me successful, and I don't know, I just feel ready.
So given that where you started from 2 years ago, some of you may have been a little bit anxious, but when you started the program, did you really think you were going to be entrepreneurs, or did you think, well, this might be, a nice major or anything, or how's it changed from now? I hear I can do this, I can start this business. I'm not worried about this. There's nothing I can't, launch. Did you feel that way when you started out?
For me, I did.
You did? Good.
I felt I was ready to go, and that's only because my dad already had started his own company.
Well, you and your sister are a little different.
I just kind of was ready to jump right in.
Yeah. Well, I know your parents are entrepreneurs, and I know your parents are entrepreneurs. I don't know as much about you guys as and everything. So, are you more confident now, Nate, than you were when you started out?
My dream has always been to eventually open up my own business, but I didn't. Coming into the program, I had no idea what to do, and I think especially with how many business plans we wrote, I just feel
Six. Six business plans. That's what it'd be.
A lot of them, and I feel it's good to be able to see the plan unfold in front of you and see what you're actually aiming to do. So.
Yeah, I think this program definitely did a great job of turning like a dream of opening a business into like a goal of opening a business with like a clearly defined like path that we can take, or like at least like the skill set to actually open a business, rather than saying it would be cool to open our own business or like own our own business or be an entrepreneur.
I come from a family business.
Yeah, your father owns a construction
Yeah.
business.
And I got to see a little bit about how he started his company, but this has definitely opened up a lot more avenues, I would say, to makes you realize what all it entails.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to think that I came out with a little bit better understanding than he did going in. So,
Well, let's talk about that. I know a lot of you can't open up businesses right now because you've got loans and you know, all that kind of stuff, but you know, are you going to be in the next couple of years you're going to be working your way through all that, and the big thing is just being just what Dakota said, opportunity aware, because you never know. Like, I never knew when I was going to start my first business. I didn't know if it was going to happen. It just boom, it happened. So talk about that opportunity awareness. You know, how does that make you feel? I mean, when you go out in the world, are you going to be looking at every single solitary thing and saying, gee, that might be a business, or that could be a business? Or do you have a definite, goal in mind right now where you say, I know where I want to start my business. I know, I may not be able to do it right this minute, but I know where it's going to be. So talk about that.
Okay, I'll go.
Go ahead.
I have about 3 or 4 different solid business ideas,
Okay.
2 of which I've wrote plans for
Right.
your class.
One of them I just graded. Very
Yes.
good. It was good.
So for me, it's just finding the right time and more the right people. I have in mind the people I want. I just need to find where they are located.
Okay, so you need to find that brain trust, or
Yes.
that group of people that you're going to be able to rely on.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, they all basically just revolve around the waste industry, because that's what I know.
That's great.
mean,
we all
Most people don't say I know garbage, but
but,
I do.
Yes, you do. You do know garbage. So, anybody else? Anything? All right, let's talk about the program itself. I had a young person, was going to apply to the program. No, they were going to change their major. They were in another major, and it was in business. And he asked me something about the intensity of the program, and he said, "I heard that the program is really, really intense." First of all, do you think it is that intense? And then, second of all, do you think we should scale down the intensity?
I don't think it's as intense as people think it is. I
Okay.
think it's a lot of work,
Yeah.
but it's good work, and I think it gets you ready for all the different avenues of business.
Okay.
I would agree with Dakota
Yeah.
on all of that. The first class, I think, is when people get the most hung up. After the first class, it's so organized. You have deadlines for each tiny part of the overall marketing plan. And then when you jump into the next class, you're ready to just jump right into a business plan. And then I think they freak out a bit.
Well, a lot of people freak out in small business that aren't entrepreneurship majors, because they get in there and they haven't gone through issues, and it's. I mean, I'm not trying to say anything negative or anything like that, because it's. I mean, I want the people to do as well as they possibly can, but a lot of times they get too fixated on this thing. I got to do this business plan, and they just don't realize all you have to do is just do the marketing plan first, and then think about the business plan. But they're thinking about the business plan before the whole thing, so they get a little stuck.
And a lot of people wait
To the very end.
till the very end, yeah.
Well, you guys have gotten really good at that. I know many of you wait till the very end to do everything now, but not you so much, but a lot of people wait till the very end, and you're able to pull it off in like 2 nights, which is quite amazing.
I mean, enough caffeine, you can do anything.
You can do anything. Okay. So, what do you feel like about the intensity?
I feel like personally, if I had followed the pathway that was set out, it would have been much less intense. But jumping straight into issues was intimidating, but obviously I made it through. And then taking 3 of your courses in 1 semester was also intense, and I know that's not how you intended it to
No, that's
be.
not how I intended it to be.
But yeah, I'd say if you follow the path from, new product all the way through, it would be like little stepping stones each time.
Well, speaking of new product, I've gotten more blowback about new product than any course, and I thought that was the most, well laid out, because you've got milestones and everything that you have to hit every single solitary time. But I've gotten a lot of blowback from that, oh, I hated working in the group, and and I'm like, well, okay. Is there anything else you'd like to say? And it's just been, you either get in new product, you either get in a really good group or a really bad group. And I'm not going to pick any things or anything like that. But talk about new product and what are the challenges about that. So, Nate, Alex, what do you think?
I mean, we worked in our new product group together, and I think the hardest part was just like, because we already kind of knew each other, but working with like Austin and Brett, the 2 other guys that we were working with, and trying to get them on like the same page, because that was their first entrepreneurship class. So trying to get them on the same page about like the workload and like the intensity that like is required to do well. I think that might have been the biggest challenge up front. I don't know, but
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty accurate. I mean,
yeah.
they were kind of they didn't know what to expect coming in, and we already knew what was going on and like how to succeed. So it's kind of like we took them under their wing and like tried to like drag them to
Drag them to the finish line, huh?
So,
Okay, that's good. We love to drag our things. So. All right, so what do you think? How was your new product experience?
My new product experience was good. The hardest thing was just coming up with a product.
Well, that's the thing.
For sure.
But products are a lot harder than services.
Yeah, definitely. And I definitely learned that through that course.
Don't
for
you
sure.
think that's true today?
Yeah.
Products are a lot harder than services.
I think they're a lot cooler to make though. Like
Yeah.
services are just so bland and boring, but like making like a whole product is like cool to actually like be able to sit there and like see like
Yeah.
what you made as like a
Yeah.
prototype and stuff like that. So
That's good. I mean, the thing is the only reason why that course is there is to make sure that everybody realizes how hard products are.
Yeah.
I mean, the patents, the CAD drawings, the engineering drawings, all that sort of stuff
Yeah.
it
changes your view on I just need to have my $1 million idea,
Yeah.
my product idea, because it's not that easy.
No, that's not that easy. It is. All right, so let me ask you another question. What do you think about the smallness of the program? So should we grow it? Should we, we could grow it if we wanted to. We could get it a lot bigger. We could. So what do you think about the smallness of the program?
I think I personally like the intimacy, just like knowing that if I need time with you in your office, like you'll have time for me, and there's not like hundreds of other kids trying to get your attention.
Only 20.
Yeah.
Never more than 20 kids at a time. I've never had more than 20 at a time.
Anybody else?
I mean, I
Agree.
like the idea of it being smaller. I mean, you get to know a lot more people. You can kind of, potentially, I know a lot of people have started companies together that have graduated at the same time or close
Here.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's happened a lot here. We've got 5 companies where two or more people have started companies, so it happens a lot.
I mean, it is nice. You can walk in and you know who you're working with and start to develop some sort of relationship. So if you decide to work with them, you know what they're going to be able to contribute.
I mean, I know a lot more people in the entrepreneurship program than the marketing program, because that's like my other major, and like there's 3 full classes of capstone with like 34 kids in each section for the marketing capstone, but there's 13 kids in our entrepreneurship capstone, and we've been through 5 other classes together. So I think the smallness of it is great in that aspect. I just think that like if it was larger, we would also get like a lot more diversity of like ideas, people, and like maybe like a certain team would do better in new product, but not so much in like small business. So like you could kind of like work together with different people and like really get great ideas and diversity through that. But
Okay, what about me being the only teacher? I've gotten a lot of blowback about that.
Now that I'm done, I don't think I could. I don't think I could have another professor. I don't think I would be able to handle that. That's too much. I know what you expect. That's good enough for me.
Okay, well, let's just say that we've got a situation where next year there's going to be another entrepreneurship professor here. So it's not going to be a big deal or anything like that because they're going to be an actual entrepreneur. In fact, Don Nori, the guy that came in here and talked, he's going to actually teach one of the classes next. He's an actual entrepreneur, obviously. He owns this place and launched it and everything. So he's going to be teaching a class next year. So that's going to be another voice, which I think is good. I mean, having another voice I think is great. Now I'm still going to be around. I'm not going to go away or anything like that. So I think it's going to be good. But the thing is you guys like the idea of, like, I don't have to have as many office hours. You guys don't have to come in and talk to me. Is that part of the goodness of the program or the badness of the program? Because I've got, people have told me both ways. They don't like having to come to my office so much. So what do you think? I mean, you don't have to come anyway.
I don't mind going to your office if I need something.
Okay.
But now I've gotten to the point where I pretty much already know what you're going to say.
Yeah,
So I just go ahead and answer my own question and just move on.
Yeah, that's pretty much it then. All right, so let's talk about one more thing, and then we can go to this. So, what do you think that you've gained, or is different about you than maybe other business students that are graduating in a couple of days? I mean, all of you guys are graduating with business degrees, but you guys are graduating with an entrepreneurship degree, which is very unique. We only make up less than like 2% of the degrees that are going to be granted are going to be entrepreneurship degrees. So it's only 180 of you guys. You're the 14th cohort, so there's only 180 of you guys running around out there. So what do you think? Is there something unique about it, or is it just like every other business major?
Well, I think you're like more rounded and like you can be more useful doing like anything. I mean, that's how I see it anyway. So.
Yeah. I mean, I learned more about accounting and finance and stuff in entrepreneurship classes than accounting or finance classes. I think that's kind of something we all talked about at one point. So I definitely think the roundedness and kind of being able to step in and maybe not like excelling at like accounting or being like the best at accounting, but at least being like knowledgeable enough to do it if asked about it is something that definitely sets us apart a little bit.
I would agree with the roundedness. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Now you're practically going to sit for the CPA exam now, right?
Yeah.
What about it?
I mean, it's hard for me to, like, I am an accounting major as well. So I can't really compare the two because they are very different. Accounting is very technical. I mean, entrepreneurship is technical, but a lot of it relies on the opportunity you have and the people you surround yourself with. I mean, I know I took it so I could start my own business.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like when someone looks at me and says, I can do your job better. So if I'm ever in that situation, I want to be able to make sure I can do their job too.
Okay. Well, the thing is we want you to be able to choose whatever type of job you want. I mean, that's the whole reason for the program, is to have choices. You can do whatever you want to do. If you want to work for somebody else, you can. But if you don't want to, you can start your own business. So what about you? You've got a family business that you're going to be going back to. No, you're not going to go back to that? All right.
I don't know, like, just like Dakota was saying, even looking at his dad's company, like, I look at my parents' company now and I just see all of the opportunities, and, like, obviously if I had gotten a finance degree or something like that, I don't think I would have seen those opportunities as much. Even though that's not my goal, I can still help my parents out. And just, like, expanding our horizons, just, like, the opportunities are endless. There is, like, no limit to what we can do. If we want to start our own businesses, we can, or we can work for somebody else too.
Anything else you'd like to talk to about potential entrepreneurship majors out there? This is it. This is your last chance to say something, about, people out there that are going to be potential entrepreneurship majors. Anything?
Don't panic and stay calm.
Don't panic. The thing is you can get through it. That's the thing is you can get through it. You can, no matter how bleak it might sound. I'm not trying to put words in your mouths. You guys are already through it. I mean, you guys are done. You guys are on your way. You guys are getting ready to graduate.
Time management really is key.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion. I've been at the beginning, our business plan for new product, for me personally, the marketing plan felt very rushed, but that's because we changed our product 3 weeks before it was due. But now that I've been working with the same people, this semester's been so much easier because we basically had our plan done before the semester even started.
Wow.
So it was a lot calmer. I didn't feel so panicky and needing to work on everything.
Well, it's just Caitlin last semester took 3 classes with me, and this time it was only 1. So your stress must have really dropped. I mean, last semester you were not a happy camper on a few of those classes.
Yeah, that's true.
No, that's too bad. I could see you after seeing you 3 times in a row. You were like, oh, I can't take another moment of this guy. So, what about you? What are you going to say to everybody?
I don't know. I enjoyed the program. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
You can make it through.
Yeah, you can make it through. What about you? You had a lot of stuff going on. 2 majors.
Yeah.
Student athlete.
Definitely just try to take something out of every class. I think it kind of goes by a little easier. It goes and maybe a little quicker if you try to take a lesson from everything and not just look at a case and say, oh, here's another case that we got to read through. Just try to analyze it in your own way and kind of really try to take something from that and take something from the lectures and everything. And by the end, it's more intuitive than anything, and you just kind of you can just really breeze through a case, kind of know what's going on, and that's pretty real world applicable, I think, as well.
Bet you, Nate.
I just think that the best thing to do would just be to continue to work hard, because I think that that's one of the biggest things I learned from the program. Just it's always you always got to keep trying. Just no matter how hard it seems at the moment, it's always going to get better. You just got to fight through it.
You're making me sound bad here.
War.
All right, folks, listen. All I want to say to all of you is I'm so proud of all of you. You all were great students. You were all great people, and I couldn't be happier. I know you've got 1 exam, but it's not that tough. It'll be over real soon, and I'm thrilled for all of you. And I'll see you back at the ranch in maybe 30. What time we got?
It's 5:05.
Okay. You guys can go. You guys are done. Thank you. Thank you for doing it. So.